price of oil from $20.50 a barrel in the opening days of 1990 to a mere $13.60 a barrel by summer.
You have to understand the difference. We didn't come over on the Nita, the Pinta, and the whatchamacallit. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Landed right on top of us.
Where's the outcry? Why? You can get all the film and the footage of all the carnage in Los Angeles, but you can show me no footage of any damage in Iraq. And all you show me is some surgical fight. Now, 1 year later, it comes out that these so-called surgical fights were mixed in, and they were missing their target.
Money, the root of all evil, some say. However, one thing is for sure: money has a contaminating control over our lives. It is sought after, fought over, prayed over. Never has one word meant so much to so many people. Money reaches deep into our lives, and it stands as an inescapable reality of the modern Western civilized illusion. An illusion played out daily by billions of people. The illusion that a simple piece of paper has value. Money has sculptured our very lives and has been the instrument by which the greedy and ungodly have manipulated, controlled, and exploited.
You buy and sell money the same way as you buy and sell apples and oranges. We never see it, we never touch it. It's all numbers on a screen.
Around the clock, around the planet, money is on the move. Just a cyber-charged electronic pulse. Money throughout history has had no hard and fast definition. Rock, salt, gold, it is even edible. With the introduction of money, local transactions were opened up to a global audience. Since those early days, money has been the secret weapon that fueled revolutions, and it has shaped and molded the planet that we live on. In its most basic form, money represents raw power. The Lydians of Greece were said to be the originators of gold and silver coins. Their invention of metallic coinage was a catalyst in the commercial revolution that transformed Greek civilization during the 7th century BC. It was from these metallic coins that maritime empires were built, and as the Greek cities grew in wealth and splendor, it was an accepted fact that money stood as a force to be reckoned with.
Here at the British Museum, we've got something like 750,000 coins in our collection. It's one of the most immediate sources of contact that we have with what went on in the ancient world. You put an ancient coin in your hand, you can imagine the biography of the coin, however many hundreds of people handled this coin, what they did with it, what the services, the functions that the coin performed.
The word money originates from the false goddess Juno Moniteur. She was heralded by ancient Rome as a window on the future, offering consultation and warning. Rome had begun as a city of brick, but by the age of the emperors had become a city of marble. The Romans inherited the use of money from the Greeks, and they spread it all around Europe. Money was at the forefront of Roman conquest. Its standardization meant a common ground of comparison, a way to quantify a person's value or worth. Money defined societal hierarchy. It helped unify an empire that stretched from the northern Atlantic to Western Asia. When Caesar was brutally murdered on the 15th of March, 44 BC, an obituary coin forged with the faces of his slayers, Brutus and Cassius, was pressed. Rome was hungry for the spoils of war, and more it was becoming a society revolving around excess and wealth. The word crass, originating from Marcus Crassus, one of the richest and most unscrupulous Romans of his day. Rome, once a nation filled with enviable virtue and beautiful rhetoric, now had become indulgent and lazy. Wealth and the accumulation of it took precedence over everything.
In a sense, the Romans weren't meant to care about cash. They're Their morality says what a man is worth is his virtue, what he can contribute to the state, and actually to be counting material goods is seen as sordid.
The fall of Pompeii would come to be seen as one of the ultimate results of excesses of money. They worshipped Mercury, the false god of trade. Pompeii had been destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, which had buried the city under mounds of ash. Archaeological findings revealed numerous lava-covered corpses gripping, clutching, and rushing for their wealth, even in the final hour. Pre-industrial Rome had a booming population of 1 million, which by ancient standards is comparable to New York City today. A veritable melting pot of cultures, Rome assimilated technologies, peoples, and wealth through their relentless and ruthless conquests. The term citizen of Pax Romana was one of the noblest utterances of the day, a model copied by Pax Americana.
In ancient Rome, e pluribus unum meant exactly the same thing it means to us. They built a society where they took from many different races and creeds and nationalities, and everybody who came into their world, which was a pretty big world, became a Roman.
By the 4th century, Rome was a broken city, sacked and burnt by the Goths. The drive that had made them great had vanished. Europe had turned inward, but the money-making machine continued as the roads to riches turned eastward. Four centuries after the fall of Rome, a new power arose from the Arabian deserts. The soldiers of the seal of Prophet Muhammad came with the message of Islam. Islam, unlike any other religion, not only came embodied with the classical tenets associated with religion, but also had bound in the noble Quran the manner of economics and trade. A vast free trade zone spread from Spain to China. Ibn Battuta, one of the world's greatest explorers, would in one lifetime travel over 70,000 miles, 4 times further than his famous contemporary Marco Polo. Travel of this kind became more frequent in the Islamic Empire, fueled by the circulation of money, commerce, and trade. The new international currency of this splendid empire was the Islamic gold and silver dinar. The money that Ibn Battuta took with him from Spain was recognized in Africa, India, and far-reaching China. Today, a media and political veil has been drawn between Islam and the Western world, obscuring much of the beautiful and colorful history. The Middle Ages were witness to an Islamic Renaissance. Kingdoms celebrated their cosmopolitan cities, palaces of outstanding grace and grandeur embellished with stunning decoration. Trade was dictated on religious grounds, courts of business law were highly developed, derived from the noble Quran, and it is on these principles that fairness and clean trade were born. Greed and hoarding were globally despised, and a beautiful balance was established between financial and religious prosperity. Charity in the form of zakat, alms giving to the poor, allowed a nation to sustain everyone at a high standard of living. The gross class divisions between rich and poor were non-existent in this era.
Money became an important connection between the different parts of the Muslim world because Muslim money needed to be unified for tax purposes. In order to pay one's charity tax or zakat, or to pay for offenses and crimes, the value of the money had to be standardized. By doing so, these coins became accepted in all parts of the House of Islam.